Hi everyone, welcome back to another gameplay of Infinitode 2. So in this video, I'm gonna show you a 6.3 farming. Level 6.3 is the best level to farm endless on, especially once you can achieve on bit disrupt rate, like around level 30, loot frequency, also about level 30, and then loot rarity level 20. Once you achieve these three things, stop farming your custom maps and then start farming level 6.3. So I'm gonna show you how a max endless 6.3 looks like. Of course, if you don't have as much research as I have, you might not be able to do exactly as I do, but I'm gonna try to give you guys tips on how to do it, what are the most important things you have to focus on to maximize the amount of bits and the amount of resources you can farm when you try the 6.3 level. My start research looks like this. This is this research I recommend when you are trying to max endless to farm. So try to maximize the rarity, loot frequency, like how much as you can, your towers, overall power, damage, mining speed, and mining the modifiers in both mining speed, so that you can just spawn more enemies and you can just get more items. And yeah, another thing, remember always to play on the highest difficulty possible. So depending on what you might have unlocked, just try to go for the maximum. And yeah, that being said, I'm gonna just jump straight away into the gameplay. You're gonna need two main abilities. You're gonna need Smoke Bomb and you're gonna need Overload. All the other abilities are not really needed. And yeah, so I'm gonna try to explain to you guys what to do. First of all, I recommend you to disable all the graphical things, so in that way your game is smoother and you should be able to complete it faster. First of all, just place freezing and then search, so that enemies are forced to go the long way around. Otherwise, they can just cut through and they can reach your base much faster, so you have less time to farm. So remember about that. And then in this case, for me, I'm gonna just place 3 splash. I'm gonna get some mining speed modifiers right there, and then some inferior miners right there as well. I'm gonna try to comment on what I'm doing, and I've shown this strategy, I think, on many other of my live streams, but I've never done a separate video, so that's why I'm doing a separate video, so that you guys can see what I'm doing more in detail. At the beginning, it's very important placing one crusher, and then just focusing on placing mining speed modifiers and placing these 4 inferior miners in the bottom of the map. That's your goal, and that's the first thing you want to do. On the core, just focus here on the right side first, and get this inferior on the bottom left side, level 2, then get a crusher, upgrade the top right side towers like level 1, alright, as you can see here, also freezing, and then place right here Vector Matrix with that mining speed modifier, and just upgrade these miners level 3, both. So level 3 each, actually. Alright, after this, alright, so once you have this set up, you wanna sell one of the mining speed miners, you're gonna place Gauss, and you're gonna attack this top side right here with Gauss. So go for the first ability, and then go for the third one, and then just upgrade Gauss up to level 7. You don't need to upgrade it any further, so just stop at level 7. Just like this, alright. Get this bottom left miner level 3, and then get the ultimate from Gauss as fast as possible. This is gonna double the speed from the miners, and that's of course what you wanna do, because you wanna maximize the amount of enemies you spawn, because that is also the loot that you get. So once you reach more than 24 minutes, that's enough. So then you can sell Gauss, you can replace your mining speed modifier, complete here the right side the tree search, so you also are increasing the mining speed with the core. And now you're gonna do the same on the right side, so you're gonna place a Gauss. In this case, the Gauss is gonna focus the enemies coming up from this miner, and then just go for the first ability and just upgrade it again level 7, first, third ability, and then the ultimate as fast as you can. So it's very simple, nothing really too terrible or too hard to do. Alright, here we go. And once again, just take a look here at the timer. When it goes past the 24 minutes, that's enough. Alright, here we go. Selling Gauss, replacing the minus speed modifier. Now at this stage, normally I like to get the freezing level 6 and then Crusher and the stop splash level 3 as well. Then now just upgrading this bottom left Inferior, right, level 10 or as high as possible. Now when you see this happening, so when you see the enemies here being able to stack up and being able to push past Splash, that's when you want to upgrade Splash up to level 6 and also Crusher level 6 and get the ultimate also from Crusher. So in that way you gain some extra coins. So that's what I recommend. Remember, no enemies other than these regular enemies should be able to get past Splash. When that happens, upgrade your Splash, because that means that it's not doing enough damage. Also here, see, they're about to start sneaking past, so I'm gonna just get one extra level. And yeah, just always take an eye here on this top side of the map and just make sure that you can always destroy the enemies before they get past Splash. Once you have the bottom left Inferior Miner level 10 and the other one level 5 halfway through, that's when you want to sell these top left miners, right? And you're gonna just now max the bottom right Inferior. Once again here, just be careful when you see enemies sneaking past, just upgrade your Splash. Probably now I'm gonna just upgrade level 8. Also I'm gonna get this freezing level 8 as well, Crusher also level 10. Now you can see a lot of enemies here, so probably I'm gonna just get this Splash now level 10. That should be enough. And now at this stage, as you get both the bottom Infernal Miners level 10, you're gonna upgrade the top ones up to level 5. So halfway of the levels. Here we go, level 5, just zoom out, so you don't have the HP bars, so the game shouldn't lag as much. But yeah, at this stage, normally you spawn so many enemies that the game starts to lag a little bit, but that's okay. And when you see, once again, enemies about to sneak past Splash, also get the second ability. So this Splash, other than the ultimate, should be fully upgraded. And you can see that the other ones should be level 100 or close to level 100 in terms of passive experience. And they are both level 0 and only with the first ability. Very, very important. You don't want to damage too much the boss, because if you destroy the boss, the miners do not spawn anymore, the enemies. So that's why you want to keep the boss alive. And now it's all about waiting. You need to wait until you have 22 energy. As I said before, if you don't have the ability to like have more energy or to generate that much energy, you see the enemies sneaking past or whatever, just make sure that you just combo the amount of energy you might have with the amount of overloads you might use. So that's the most important thing. And now what I'm gonna do is when there will be 5 seconds left to get the 20-second energy, so just right now, I'm gonna also get this extra 35% damage. So in that way, my splash towers are gonna be slightly stronger, as I'm gonna now do the process of overloading. So now you're gonna upgrade all the miners level 10, and you wanna use 4 overloads. So just use 4. You might have some enemies start to push forward, right? Just like these ones right here. And now when you have the enemies that are about to turn or are approaching this very last part before they reach your base, that's when you're gonna now upgrade all the splash towers level 10, so the bottom ones. So you upgrade them, you get with them the second ability, and then you go for the ultimate. It's very important you get the ultimate at the same time for all of them. And now you just place low. The game should lag here a crazy amount because of the fact that all the spikes in the map are just the game is just creating a ton of spikes, so that's why the game is lagging that much. You're creating a very high maximum DPS. I ended up losing some lives there, unfortunately, but sometimes it happens. And now, once you have destroyed the vast majority of the enemies that were on the top side, you want to use 2 more overloads. You want to sell all splash towers, and on the bottom side, you want to place mining speed modifiers. Then you want to sell this search modifier, so now enemies are going to try to go past this platform to reach your base faster. And you can exploit that to place here a smoke bomb on the, I'm going to just try to show you. So to see here, the platform, so not in the middle, smoke bomb, but slightly closer towards the right side. It's very, very important that you do it like this. And yeah, once you start destroying the last few regular enemies from the that we're about to sneak past, just sell all crashers. So you should have only freezing, and that's it. You shouldn't have any other towers. You could place more freezing if you want to have the extra percentage damage, but I don't think it's needed. And you just now let the timer run out, and when the timer runs out, so the first 6 overloads are over, you're gonna then use the other 9 right away. And you're gonna use once again another smoke bomb. In this case, same spot, so platform at the center, slightly closer towards the right side. And that's it. Sometimes, depending exactly on when you get the ultimate from Splash and like where the enemies are located, you might be able to reach up to like 80 million maximum DPS. Sometimes it's gonna be 76 million. Sometimes, like what happened to me, is gonna be less. It's gonna be only 70 million. But yeah, that's okay. Regardless of that, you should be fine. And when you have around 130 seconds, 125 seconds, you see some enemies start to sneak past. That's when you want to use the next 2 smoke bombs. So one in the same platform as before, so center, a little bit closer towards the right side, just like here, and the other one instead a little bit closer towards the bottom. And that's it. So I ended up having only 10 lives left, so I risked a lot here in this gameplay, but you shouldn't really like, it shouldn't happen like this. You should have a lot more of lives remaining, so you should be more relaxed. The boss is still up, so that's why the miners are still spawning enemies, and it's especially the violet enemies, the fire enemies that are giving loot. So that's why you want to place Infures, and you're gonna spawn as many of these fire enemies as possible to maximize your loot. Just use another smoke bomb, and then when the overloads are over, that's when the gameplay is over, because of the fact that even if you keep playing here until the boss comes out, you can see that here the amount of bit dust I get, the amount of extra bit dust I get is not very high. Like, I'm getting, I don't know, maybe 100 bit dust every 10 seconds that I'm playing extra, and so it's not really that much. You can do it if you want to until your smoke bomb like runs out, and until the enemies are gonna eventually overload you, and you're gonna just lose. But in my opinion, like, it's not worth it, because all this time that you wait right here, it's time that you could be using to start a new game and to start farming again level 6.3 from the very, very beginning. So for example here, see, these enemies are gonna probably kill me. So yeah, I'm gonna just show you what happens if you try to, farm until the very, very end, even after overloads are over. And yeah, so at the end of the day, because I have double gain, I was able to earn this amount of bits. Of course, you're gonna end up getting half of it if you don't have double gain. But unfortunately, I can't disable it, so I can't show you like a run without having this this passive active. And yeah, you can see that I also got some research tickets, so you can also get from the loot some research tickets as well. So that's very, very nice. Rarity tickets, lucky shot tickets, Infure, then green papers. So all things that are going to be needed eventually for your research to improve. So yeah, that's it. And that's the gameplay. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and see ya. Bye bye.